Hi, I'm Gina. Welcome to GreyHorseYoga. So today we are going to work a little bit on our stability in the saddle by engaging some of our gluteal muscles. So our glutes are very important for stability, especially the glute medius when we are in the saddle. So everybody knows about the glute mass, your bum here. But the glute medius is a fan-shaped muscle that attaches to the top of the iliac crest and kind of fans down here. It's partially under the glute medius, and it's the glute maximus. It creates our ability to be able to move the leg out to the side and creates stability when we are walking, running, riding. Helps create stability in the pelvis. So we're going to do a few of those exercises today. So we're going to start with a little warm up. You can do this if you need a little help with balance. You can have your hand on a chair, or you can test your balance a little bit, which again will fire up that glute medius muscle and the standing leg. But just coming to a position a little wider than our typical mountain pose, hands to the hips, shift your weight into the right foot, lift the left heel, and then just lift the leg up, knee bent, and start to circle the knee around. So we're just getting some movement in this hip joint. So just a couple circles each direction. And again, if you need help with balance, you can grab onto something, circle the other direction. Again, just getting a little warm up through the hips. And then let that leg land back down. Shift your weight into that leg. Lift the right heel. Bending the knee, lift the whole leg. And again, circle. And just exploring range of motion. And notice if one side feels different than the other. If it's easier to balance on one leg, or if you have more mobility one side than the other, and circle the other direction. So again, just a little warm up here for the hips. Again, testing your balance. And then come back to center, land both feet back on the ground. So let's come down to the mat, coming down to all fours to table pose. So as we settle in here, we want to have the wrists right underneath the shoulders and the knees right underneath the hips. Spreading the fingers wide, lengthen through the crown of the head. So we find a nice neutral position for the spine. And then extend the right leg back, press through the heel. Lift the right leg up to hip height, and then bend the right knee so the right foot is aiming up towards the ceiling. So we're just going to do little lifts and lowers with this right knee. So again, that's going to engage both the glute maximus and the glute medius here. So lifting the leg up a little and lower back down. So just as always with yoga, make sure you're breathing. So inhale, think of lifting the leg up. And exhale, think of lowering it back down. Go a couple more times. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Again, this is firing up and warming up these muscles a little bit. Inhale. And exhale. And then let that right knee release down. Extend the left leg back. Again, press through the heel, lengthen through the crown of the head. Establish your foundation. Press into the top of the right foot. Lift the left leg. Bend the left knee. Again, same thing here. Lift the knee a couple inches, lower it back down. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, lower. See if you can keep the pelvis stable. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, lower. Good, couple more times. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting, and exhale, lower. And then let that knee release all the way down. For a little release there, through the hips, just take an exhale, fold back into a child pose, hips to the heels, forehead to the mat. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. And then from here, we're going to come onto our side. So as you come down onto your side, the knees are going to be bent 90-degree angle. We're going to come all the way down with either the arm all the way overhead, head resting on the arm, or you can prop the head up a little bit, whatever is comfortable for you. But the knees are stacked up, ankles are stacked up, hips are right on top of each other. So we're gonna work on, again, isolating this movement here, this muscle here, this glute medius muscle. So imagine that there's a string attached to your ankles. We're gonna do our traditional, probably heard of them, clam shells. You're gonna inhale, open that right knee up towards the ceiling, and exhale and lower it down, or whatever side you're laying on. Inhale, lifting that top knee up, and exhale and lower down. So again, keeping this movement, thinking of this movement coming from this muscle here, inhaling and exhale. Good, couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling, lifting and exhale, lower. Good, once more like this. Inhale and exhale. Now imagine that your knees are tied together with a little string, and now we're going to do some internal rotation here by lifting the foot and the ankle up. So we're getting, again, this movement here with this little internal rotation, and then exhale and lower it down. And inhale, lift it up. So keep it in the same plane as that lower foot. We're just inhale, lifting it up, and exhale and lower it down. Again, engaging this muscle. This muscle, if you sit a lot, these gluteal muscles don't get a lot of work. Inhale, and then they can't help us with our stability in the saddle. Good, once more, inhale and exhale. So let's come to the other side. So just switching sides, coming onto opposite side. And again, you can come all the way down with the head supported on that arm, or propping the head up, whatever's most comfortable for you. Again, align the hips, 90-degree angle here, knees lined up, ankles lined up. So starting again with the clam shells, external rotation for the hip and for this glute medius muscle. Inhale, lift up, exhale, lowering down, inhale. Good, and exhale. Good, find that rhythm with your breath. Inhale and exhale. And make sure you're not doing things like rolling forward as you come forward and rolling back. Again, we want to isolate this movement here to this hip, so that might to this glute medius muscle. So you may not lift it as high as if you let yourself roll back onto the hip. So be careful with that movement. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower. Good, once again, inhale and exhale. Now landing the knees together. Again, imagine the knees are now tied together, and your ankle, your foot and ankle are going to lift up, pivoting on that knee. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower down. Good. So again, we're engaging this muscle here, glute medius muscle, that fan-shaped muscle. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. A couple more times. Inhale. Again, notice the difference on this side than the other. Typically, we have imbalance in the hips, just because of the way we go through our lives. So one leg is usually stronger. Good. And then once again, come back, and let's come all the way back up to a knee up. Excuse me, we're going to come to lie on our side. Actually, we'll switch to the other side once again. So this time, side plank variation. So now that we've got this muscle warmed up, we're going to make it work a little harder. So elbow under the shoulder. We're going to extend the legs out. You're going to press into this elbow. The important thing here is the elbow is directly under the shoulder, so we're protecting the shoulder joint. You don't want the elbow out here, and you also don't want it in too close to the body. We want to think of letting the bones support the body here and not those tendons and ligaments. So stacking up the hips, extend out through the feet. Inhale, lift up to a plank pose. Inhale and exhale. And then inhale, lift the top leg, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Once more. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Modification for this, if you need, if you have not quite enough strength for the plank pose, which I was starting to sink there myself, you can do this just lying all the way down, and just again isolating that movement in that glute medius muscle, lifting up and lowering down. Good. Inhale, lift up and lower down. So again, we're going to switch to the opposite side. So coming on to the opposite side, again, 2 variations. You can come all the way down, arm overhead, or elbow directly under the shoulder, extend out through those feet, press into that elbow, forearm, lift the hips up. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, lower down. Good. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. I'm actually going to do the second variation here. This, my right side, the lower side's a little weaker today. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Good, couple times. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Again, whether you're on your side in that elbow plank or all the way overhead, this again works with balance here. Both of them do. Inhale and exhale. Good, once more. Inhale and exhale. And then coming all the way onto your belly, hands underneath the chest, press up to table pose. We're going to get a nice good stretch in the spine, hands in front, curl your toes under so the sit bones up and back. Come to a bent knee downward facing dog. You can pedal the feet here a little bit if you'd like. Inhaling and exhaling. And then releasing the knees down to the mat and curl the toes. Come back to a child pose. Again, just for a breath. Exhale back. And then gently coming up to a comfortable seated position. So again, it's a few exercises that we can do to wake up our glute medius muscle. Again, that helps with keeping our pelvis level when we're walking, running, or riding. And that also, for equestrians, the being able to abduct or take the leg away, that's this action here, this muscle, this glute medius muscle takes the leg away. So when we want to take the leg off the horse, either to give an aid or to make sure that we're not gripping and tightening ourselves and pushing ourselves up out of the saddle by that grip, we can be able to bring that leg off of the horse. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions about that, please contact me. Email is below. And if you'd like also to subscribe to weekly email newsletters with more tips about horses and riding and yoga, that would be great too. So I hope to see you sometime soon, either in the saddle or on the mat. Bye-bye. Thanks.